Hello guys, and welcome to another Pilot Tales review. This time we're looking at the D-Arts Full Armor Megaman X by Tamashii Nations. So we're going to take a look at this and do some various posings and features. So here we're looking into opening the figure. As you can see, there's a little sticker of the warehouse deals thing. That's the Amazon store I got it from, $40. Pretty good price with free shipping. As you can see, it includes the big blue blast accessory as well as the triple blast accessory, which we'll be looking at later. And it's taking me quite a struggle to get this box open, but here we finally got X. Yep. Here we go, we're taking a detailed look at X as we look at his sculpt and poseability. His head gets a double ball joint, so he gets all the neck movement. A ball joint. There's a hinge at the side of the armor, a swivel at the upper bicep, a double elbow joint which is supposed to be covered by that black part. The fist is also on a double ball joint, as you can see inside there. The normal fist is pretty loose. The ab joint has a notable crunch and it turns. The waist joint also has a ball on it, so it can turn and tilt to the sides to extend the waist articulation. In terms of the buster, there's some nice crystal detailing there, and it's also the same. The hip joint is the same weird hip movement with the D-Arts figures, but you know, X hasn't been in any super extreme posing. The double knee joint is right there, covered by the plastic really well. And he has a double ankle hinge ball joint sort of thing. It's hard to find a name for it, you know, but I'm working on it. Yep, X is fairly posable. Well, now that we're finished with X's posability, we can work on some of his accessories, which included 3 blast effect part, the supercharged blast effect part, and a stand included with various parts including the buster hole, the fists, and faces. So now, interchanging the buster part is as simple as simply removing the initial part with the crystal in it and placing the part on which has the hole in it for the effect parts, as you can see here. There you go. Removing the hands is also quite simple. You just pop one off and pop the other right in. There are really no problems with the ball joint on the inside, and it's insanely simple to interchange parts. They don't fall off easily either. And here we go, interchanging some faces. Now this was actually a challenge. Here, as you can see, I obviously have no fingernails. So what I had to do here was get these little leaf cutters which have a thin blade and literally pry open Megaman's head. It is much tighter. It's much tighter than the normal D-Arts release, which was loose enough for me to just push apart with my thumbs. And it's pretty easy to pry open after you get past the normal stuff, but it still serves to be a problem in the long run, but I won't be changing the faces that often. So even after you get the first half of the head off, you still have to literally push the face out from the front part of the head, which can be annoying, but it doesn't damage the parts. And then you just grab the other face and force it right in, which is quite unfortunate. Finally, you just put it on, and congratulations, X now has a different face. Now, looking at this 3-shot blast effect part, if we go back and look at the first release X, he also comes with a 3 blast effect part, which means we have 2 of them. So I'm gonna see what we can combine this and form here. But as you can see, I'm not a Rubik's Cube, guys. I can't quickly combine these things. So, long story short, we have this normal blast effect part, which is a single blast made from parts from both blast parts. So now Megaman has or X as we call him, has a single blast effect part, which I guess the only way you can form is to have 2 releases. And then you can form this nice 5-shot effect part, which took me forever to make. but it looks pretty dang awesome when you just figure this out and you set up a nice little display and you're just shooting a flurry of blasts. It's pretty sick. Well, now that we have these two nice blast parts and this huge blast part, how the heck are we gonna put this on? Well, if we get these nice stand parts Bandai is kind enough to include, we can put these two clear parts together, which both have swivel and hinge joints, and we can attach the upper part to a hole in the bottom of the giant blast effect part, thus creating a support for the gigantic meaty piece of plastic, so that Megaman can, or X, I keep calling him Megaman, can indeed carry the blast, not literally carry it, but fire it as an effect part. And it looks pretty darn amazing when you look at it. I'm just going to change the angle here. Not bad at all. Now to go over a little extra which I hadn't gone over before, we're going to go over a Mega Man exclusive move, the Hadouken. So what I'm going to do is interchange the forearm and insert an open hand, which I haven't done before in this review. So excuse me for not doing that, but you've seen it now, so you know it's possible, just as with the first release X. Then I'm going to spend some time putting this in the Hadouken pose. And with that done, we can finally have X assuming the Hadouken pose, complete with his gigantic blast, which happens to look like a Hadouken because it's blue. Yeah, go figure. And now that we're done with that, the Hadouken from Mega Man X and Maverick Hunter X, we can look at the original X in comparison and participate with this nice little fun gimmick here, where we're just going to interchange the parts between the two figures, replicating the progress that X has in the Mega Man X game as he gains the various parts. Here we're going to just replicate him in the Chill Penguin stage getting the dash boots, which I will admit does look pretty unique and awesome. There's definitely a fun factor gained from having both figures in a situation like this. Having a lot of tongue twisters here. But yeah, that's what you can kind of expect. More combinations to come. Here I've replicated X with just the armor and helmet enhancements, and here's a pose with such. I don't think doing a helmet swap between the two figures would be a great idea and all, as the joint holding the helmet is just really fragile seeming. And I guess that's all for my review. Great figure. Don't forget to pick it up.